How's it going, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of Crypto Clout. Today is May 20th, 2019, and with the conversation about blockchain that's sort of been all around the space and cryptocurrency lately, I figured that we might as well make a video about Holochain, because Holochain's always one cryptocurrency that's interesting to talk about, but today in particular, we're seeing Holochain up there with the top performers by percentage-wise, of course. And this is, of course, an interesting day in the fact that Bitcoin has reached the $8,000 level, which is pretty exciting. Whether or not Bitcoin's actually going to remain $8,000 for very long, or whether we'll see it dip back to the 7,000 still. I think that you have to give credit where credit is due to a certain extent. Bitcoin has come a long way in a pretty short amount of time, and I think that it's proving a lot of things. And I think that this is definitely interesting when we talk about moving beyond blockchain and looking into things that are pretty much representing what the future of where the natural evolution of these technologies will actually take us. And in this same conversation, it's definitely a interesting point to bring up a cryptocurrency like Holochain. So we're going to be beginning with this article right here. On the 4-hour time frame, HOT is looking very bullish. It tried to crack the 23 SAT resistance and got shunned 4 times. It is now lingering around the 2121 SAT zone, which is newly formed support, a junction point of 2 Fibonacci levels, 786 on the May high and low, and 236 level of February high and May low. So breakdown level for Holochain is at 19 SATs, Fib 50, and precious resistance. If it falls below, it could sink to a low bottom of 15 SAT again. So this is interesting. Looking at this article, you guys should definitely go and check it out. But I mean, it's interesting to look at this, just sort of in the context of everything, and of course, with Bitcoin dominance at 57.1%. At the time making this video, it's a lot to be looking forward to. Essentially what Holochain, the future of all these things is going to look like. And I think that it's interesting just right now in the beginning parts of the second half of 2019. This is sort of an interesting time just to look at how these different things have been changing. And this article certainly does by Forbes data shows Bitcoin has changed radically. So and of course Bitcoin, which has exploded back into the public consciousness over the last few months due to its surging price and ralph of positive cryptocurrency developments, it's still a relatively new technology into its 10th year. The Bitcoin price, the biggest driver of the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency awareness, has gone from pennies per Bitcoin 10 years ago to around 8,000 and has thrust crypto into the investment limelight as individuals and institutions scramble to grab a slice of the Bitcoin pie. So this article is pretty interesting. It sort of just gives us an idea of how long Bitcoin has come, and of course the whole public consciousness thing is something that we talk about pretty extensively. And I think that right now we're seeing people thinking about cryptocurrency in a way that's definitely more evolved and more centered around how the technologies are making these different developments and so forth. And I think where would you even look then further than peer-to-peer, and of course I think that Holochain is one of those cryptos that definitely does give us an idea of what comes after blockchain. I think that that's a conversation definitely when you're talking about buzzwords. Bitcoin certainly is a tech buzzword that probably one of the leading tech buzzwords up to date. And of course it's just when we're talking about the evolution of the internet and how far we can expect these things to go. It is pretty exciting to see how we've been witnessing the evolution of these things happening, and I think that we're witnessing a paradigm shift to a large extent, and it is interesting to see how Bitcoin and the whole conversation that revolves around it has evolved. Bitcoin wild ride. So this article right here is interesting as well, but just this guy on Twitter, you should definitely follow him. It's at a Pomp. I'm sure you know him. RIP to those who said Bitcoin was going to zero. I definitely do not feel a second of remorse for people who don't really who didn't do their research. I mean, we pretty much extensively talk about the importance of doing your research over and over again. And I mean, there's always going to be different opportunities. So, I mean, I think that you shouldn't take other people's wins and see them as your losses. You should just feel inspired by the different things that you see happening and really move forward and try and do more research into the space, because there are always opportunities to make money, in the cryptocurrency realm. But still, I mean, I'm pretty excited just with this $8,000. I mean, like I said, teetering and tottering between the $7,900 and $8,000 range, but still, it does prove something. It does go a large extent as far as teaching us that when you sleep on cryptocurrency, you're really could be missing out to a large extent. But then again, I mean, high risk, high reward, that sort of management. But I mean, when I sort of look at Holochain and just the day-to-day activity, I mean, it's just one of those cryptos that I find interesting personally. But of course, remember, this video is for entertainment, educational purposes only. Of course, if you guys are interested, in supporting the channel, you could go and follow us on Twitter, and that's always something good to do. Go and send us information, or any of that type of stuff. And of course, we need to just keep spreading cryptocurrency awareness and looking at all these different things. And I think that it's a pretty optimistic road that lies ahead. I mean, I'm pretty excited about the things we've seen, but Bitcoin beats other cryptos in a smarter bull market, says billionaire investor. This article is pretty interesting. Historically, altcoins have relied on the price trend of Bitcoin and have rarely demonstrated independent price movement in extended time frames. Altcoins typically surge in value when the Bitcoin price shows stability at a tight price range, leaving investors to take high risk and high return options over the dominant cryptocurrency. The optimism towards Bitcoin, despite the emergence of sophisticated altcoins, is well founded due to the involvement of major financial institutions in the likes of Fidelity and TD Ameritrade building infrastructure on top of Bitcoin. So, I mean, you guys should definitely go and check out this article. I mean, this quote, the rest of the year will be characterized by rapid BTC advances, healthy corrections, and periods of sideways price action when altcoins will fly. But that nonsense rhetoric about waiting for capitulation and still not making our bear market low away, wrong cycle. So this sort of does give us an idea of where we're at, currently. And I mean, I could definitely see, a lot of the, common conversation, I think, that's around the the proverbial water cooler in the cryptocurrency space is really centered around the development where we're, how these things are, making their moves in the real world, real world adoption. This sort of thing is, the field hasn't really changed, that much. I mean, with Holochain in the number 40 position, now is a good time, to be in the cryptocurrency space. I mean, that's all I have to say. I'm just proud of this community, and all the different stuff that we've been able to accomplish with this channel. And I think that it's pretty awesome that we've been able to come this far, and I think that we have a pretty interesting road that lies ahead for us. So it is pretty awesome to see the Bitcoin value. It's the higher levels, proving the value, as it has been able to, and I'm sure there's plenty of people out there who are pretty happy with the gains that they've been able to establish for themselves, in accordance with a lot of the different things we've been seeing. But all that being said, I hope that you guys have enjoyed this video. I think this has been a pretty good video, and of course, make sure you guys subscribe and comment down below and let us know what you guys think about Holochain. Overall, I'm pretty excited to see the different things that are going to be happening in this space. But that's all for now. I'll see you guys next video. Have a good one.